Do you know that there's one thing that spreads faster than the coronavirus? And this one thing is very dangerous. You know why? Because it causes panic, fear, and even harm to those people who receive it. And sad to say, you don't have to be in close proximity with this. You could get infected by just receiving this through the social media, through the internet, and even through a text message. And you know what, friends? This thing is very dangerous because it could deceive a lot of people. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about fake news. And if you're not careful, you don't verify the content, you don't really confirm the information that you read, you could easily deceive by fake news. And in this very dangerous time that we live in, especially that we have the coronavirus, a lot of people are taking advantage of this situation. They create fake news to make themselves popular, to make themselves famous, make their websites so that a lot of people will go to their website. Sometimes even the major news outlet here in our country uses clickbait, and they don't really put everything. They just use misleading headlines so that people will click. And the sad thing is that some people don't really click and read the article, and they will just read the headline. And you know what will happen? These people, a lot of people actually, are getting afraid because they are feeding their mind with fake news. And you don't have to wonder why this is the case, because fake news has been with us for the longest time period. It is even present during the time of Adam and Eve. Yes, fake news has already been in the Garden of Eden. When Satan said, "You shall not die when you eat the forbidden fruit." And Adam and Eve believed the fake news that Satan gave them. And what happened? It caused the rebellion of mankind against its creator, and sin entered the world. And this is something that is not surprising, because John 8:44 tells us that Satan is the father of lies. He's the author of lies, and he would do everything within his power to propagate lies, propagate things that are not true, and things that are against the truth of God. And I think this is very important for us to realize that we should stop spreading fake news. We need to verify first the source. We need to check if the information that you're reading is true. And most importantly, we should not simply spread these things just so people would think that we are experts, when in reality we are not. And if you're not sure about the news that you're reading, if it's true or not, it's better not to share it. Alright? Because you know that when you share fake news, you are going against the ninth commandment. What is the ninth commandment? Do not bear false witness against your neighbor. And spreading fake news is already spreading lies. And I would say that is a sin. And we don't want to break God's commandments, right? So let us stop fake news. Let us stop spreading it. And you know what's better? You should, instead of spreading fake news, spread the good news. The good news that one day God will step into the affairs of men, and then He will send back His Son to rule here on earth. And that is a very important, and I would say the most wonderful news that this dying and morally decaying world could ever hear. And I hope that every one of us would stop and think first before we click and share. So that's it for me. I'm Joshua Infantado from Becoming Christians, and I hope to see you in the next video.